Hi there, today I'll be reviewing the movie adaptation of Clannad, so a full feature-length film which is based on the RPG. Now, before I begin, I should point out that the movie was released a year before the anime, so this is the original adaptation. The Clannad movie also begins with a monologue by Tomoya, where he talks about his dreams before he meets Nagisa for the first time. The movie doesn't really dwell on this for very long before it starts to give some backstory through monologues by Tomoya, along with handy flashbacks. You are going to see a lot of that in this movie. The movie spends roughly the first hour on the events of what would be the first season of the anime, but there's a lot, missing, a lot of plots missing, and it really only dwells on Tomoya and Nagisa's relationship, which a lot of fans of the other pairings are going to hate. The final half hour goes through the events of what would be After Story and has a completely different ending to the anime. All in all, this movie feels really very rushed, especially the last 15 minutes or so. Could have been much better if they'd made it a 2-hour film instead, even if they'd kept the same ending. Furthermore, the animation style is very different. It looks as though they try to make it seem beautiful and give it all sorts of effects, but in places it just doesn't look right at all. Especially when they pause it on a picture which looks all lovely and hand-drawn, but it's done way too many times and in a few rather inappropriate places too. I will admit, though, that it is a very nice drawing style when it comes to the backgrounds. The English dub voices are the same as the anime, so they're still pretty crap. The only change is in the Japanese dub, in which Tomoya's voice actor is different. That's all. The characters in this film are really underdeveloped, so you don't feel any sort of connection with them really, and some characters are missing entirely. Fuko, for example. Furthermore, with all the jumping around in the story's timeline later on with the flashbacks, the story can get a little confusing, since it pretty much stops following a chronological order at one point, which is roughly the hour mark actually. Basically everything starts going rapidly downhill after this kind of hour marker. Overall, I can only give this movie 65 out of 100. It's just a bit better than average, and the only thing saving it really is that it does show some moments of promise, and the ending isn't necessarily a bad one. I think I might receive quite a bit of hatred for that last comment, especially of some die-hard fans, but, my opinion. For those who want to watch Clannad, it isn't really that necessary to watch this movie. It's still kind of worth watching, but the thing is, it's just not really that memorable. I had to watch it over like twice while writing this review. And so that concludes my review of the movie adaptation of Clannad. Next time I'll be reviewing the anime Omamori Himari. Thanks for watching.